Cosmic exploration is here, people. It's time to go to the moon and do some mining and possibly some crafting. Now, if only there was a movie about that. Hello everyone, I am Jmulls. And yeah, cosmic exploration is kind of what you imagine it to be. You go to the moon, you craft and you mine for a bit. I quite liked Ishgard Restoration back in the day. It was a good excuse for me to play some crafting and gathering jobs that I don't normally play all that much in Final Fantasy XIV. But the feeling of being part of this interconnected community building towards this singular goal, it is an engaging premise, and I think it's pretty well executed when it comes to cosmic exploration. And the way that's broken up is that we'll get a new planet or location overall with each new patch. The first one up is the moon. It's the moon, right? I think it looks pretty at least. Now you can't actually mount here, which is a bit of an interesting decision, but the location itself is not too big. And there's fast travel nodes that take you around the map as well, and I think we unlock more as time goes on, and I've managed to put a couple of hours into cosmic exploration, and if you liked Ishgard Restoration, like you enjoy that type of content, it's something you want to sink your teeth into, you just love crafting and gathering in this game, I think you will thoroughly enjoy cosmic exploration. There's a bunch of neat little systems and design tweaks to the overall formula with cosmic exploration that I think are for the better. The lottery you can do is a decent, carrot on a stick to accrue more resources to spend for, rewards and stuff like that. You can get a nice mount from them. You can get a full set of glamour. You can get a bunch of prisms if you're just me. But let's talk about the mech, is what I would like to say if I could win the lottery and actually pilot the thing. However, I know that sounds as if I'm about to, tear it down to be negative about it. I think it's a positive, because I can't possibly humanly imagine utilizing the mech during the mech ops, which are special missions that pop up now and then. I can't imagine that would be all that fun mechanically speaking. And going off the live stream they did a while back for the letter from the producer live, it seems to just be really riding on the coattails of Rule of Cool, which is nothing wrong, right? I'm all for a giant robot. But I think the idea to have it be used sparingly and have it be from this lottery system, where you spend 1,000 credits, which is a resource you will accrue during cosmic exploration. You spend 1,000 of those credits on a ticket, and then you keep using that ticket until you eventually get selected. And if I recall correctly, they did say there's some bad luck protection in this. So ideally, eventually, you'll be able to utilize the mech. Now, why do I say this is probably a good thing, that it's not everyone gets a mech, you get a mech, I get a mech, we all get a mech, right? Set your belt to Wumbo, because I think if you overuse the mech, it would just become a bit stale and would lose its luster. But now, I am at least looking forward to the next mech op that I'm doing, because I'm oh, maybe this time I'll be able to pilot the mech. Probably not the most mechanically intensive or cool thing ever, but it'll be nice to pilot around a mech for a little bit. And while you're doing the regular objectives on foot, you can see the people in the mechs do their own objectives, and it does look rather cool. You are pretty much just breaking rocks or setting fire to various plants, but, right, it's crafting and gathering content, what do you expect here? Now, there is a Relic-like system for the jobs. I've been mostly playing miner, so I can only really talk about the gathering side of things. But essentially, you get this prototype pickaxe for me as a miner, and by doing various objectives, you accrue more research that you then spend to upgrade that pickaxe from, say, level 10, and then up and up and up. I think I have my hands on either level 30 pickaxe or level 50 now at this point, but my mine is level 91, so I'm not even using it. But if you do end up using it, I believe it gives you even more rewards for each objective. But this is what I'm talking about when I say the design behind cosmic exploration is rather clever, because they give you pretty much all that you need within the confines of cosmic exploration to not only play a crafter or a gatherer, but also to level the thing. You can start level 10, and there's vendors there that will give you full sets of gear. You have to pay gil for it at certain level brackets. There's also vendors that give you materia if you want to slot that in as well. Combine that alongside the relic system, and if you're fresh and new to crafting and gathering, I think cosmic exploration is a really good way to get your feet wet in terms of the entire system. And the overall layout of the moon so far is pretty interesting. While we can't actually mount, like I said before, you get these fast travel nodes, which are essentially taxi-like services where you just ride a skateboard on, I don't know, moon vibes. to go to different locations around the moon zone. And I imagine over time, as we like invest more into the moon, it'll expand and become even better, because there's some locations where I have missions that are a bit further away from the fast travel node than others, and I can easily see like one of the rewards later on being, hey, we unlock additional fast travel nodes to those locations, like another outer ring, and they give you permanent sprint here anyway, so I'm not opposed to it. I quite like it. I think it'll be a nice reward eventually when my server puts in enough work to upgrade, I hope, the fast travel system, or to unlock new buildings and stuff like that. I think Cosmic Exploration is the type of content that perfectly fits like the, I want to play Final Fantasy XIV, but I also really want to watch like youtube.com/Jmulls Gaming, right? Or I want to watch a live stream, or I want to watch a movie, a show, an anime, whatever, and I just want something to do to keep my hands busy. Cosmic Exploration, like Ishgard Restoration was in this regard, I think perfectly fits that bill. It won't be for everyone, and I can imagine more people being a bit more receptive to it if, like, the release order between this and, say, the Occult Crescent was swapped. Because if you don't really vibe with, like, crafting and gathering in Final Fantasy XIV, it gets to feel repetitive for you rather quickly, like it kind of does for me, you'll probably bounce off this system rather early on, when you realize, oh, okay, so I'm just doing crafting and gathering. Really shouldn't have expected anything else, right? But, like, this isn't the thing that's going to, like, pull me in and refuse to let me go, and make me want to dump hundreds and hundreds of hours into it or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. As a supplementary system, I really enjoyed Ishgard Restoration back in the day with Shadowbringers, because when I wasn't doing anything else but I still wanted to play Final Fantasy XIV, I could pop in there for a little bit, watch some YouTube or something, and have a pleasant time with it. And I think Cosmic Exploration will fulfill that role here. There's just like one problem that is also, like, to be fair, outside of Square Enix's control here. The release window is terrible, and I'm not talking about in regards to the rest of the content cadence for Final Fantasy XIV. I'm talking about, dude, Oblivion Remastered came out yesterday. We have Expedition 33 in like less than 24 hours at this point. It's just a crazy week for gaming. So personally, my attention isn't being gravitated towards Cosmic Exploration because crafting and gathering has never been activities that have been particularly appealing to me in Final Fantasy XIV. I like to do it when I have nothing else to do. But there's a lot of other stuff that I want to do this week. So I did put a couple of hours into it, and I do see myself going back to play it quite a bit more. I think Cosmic Exploration as a system will only improve and get better from here and become more engaging, especially as more content comes online in Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail throughout the patch cycle, because personally, stuff like Ishgard Restoration and Cosmic Exploration is content that I enjoy more when there's other content in the game. So when I want a bit of a break from that content, I can come and do some crafting and gathering and level those things up. So while maybe Cosmic Exploration hasn't really gripped me yet, I think eventually down the line, we're going to look back, and especially me, I'm going to look back at Cosmic Exploration and say, you know what? That's a pretty damn good system, and I'm glad they implemented it into Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. It's given me a good excuse, at least, to try and fix my hotbars when it comes to mining, because I used to rock a Razer Naga, so all my buttons were on my mouse. But I no longer used one, and I hadn't really used crafting and gathering in this game since I did that mouse switch, so all my hotbars on all my crafters and gatherers are all messed up. So it's been a good excuse to, like, reacclimate myself to how all this actually works and functions. And I know I've sounded as if I'm not particularly enthused or interested in Cosmic Exploration, but I want to make it clear, I do like the system. I love the moon vibes, and it's good, mindless, like, I want to use the word busy work, but the word busy work implies a negative connotation, but, like, in a good way, in my opinion, if that makes sense. I think a good example of this is that I used to play RuneScape back in the day, and it's a very similar vibe to that. Like, I remember back in the day just hanging out in Varrock, whacking ivy on, like, the castle wall that didn't despawn, but it leveled up my woodcutting, so my character would pretty much just AFK there and do that. To some people, I imagine they would rather dry hump a cheese grater. To me, there's a time and a place for that, where I appreciate content like that in my MMORPG. And I think the design philosophy surrounding the various systems in Cosmic Exploration, as I've talked about before, when it comes to traversal, when it comes to potential upgrades in the future. The fact this will be actually frequently updated with each patch, giving us a new location. So you gotta imagine the pacing for this will be rather rapid. I'm excited to see where we go in terms of what new planets do we explore in the future. It's a good excuse for me, at least, to level up my crafting and gathering jobs, though it's not even the fastest thing in the world, funnily enough. It doesn't have to be, because you can do this pretty much any level above 10, I think. I think 10 is the minimum level. But it's nice to be able to passively level up my jobs while I'm doing new content. There's also, like, weather effects that can trigger to cause different effects that happen in the world. I haven't covered every element of cosmic exploration, but, like, I think I've talked about the gist of it. So if you like crafting and you like gathering and you like doing activities like that, if you loved Ishgard Restoration, I imagine you're going to love cosmic exploration. But if that content didn't particularly vibe with you back in the day, I would advise you, hey, maybe take a quick look at cosmic exploration, see if maybe the tweaks and little changes they've made to the formula appeal to you, and if not, you don't have to do it. Personally speaking, I think cosmic exploration is a type of content that is best enjoyed in small little bursts from time to time, and that's how I plan to enjoy it. I'm not gonna chase a leaderboard or anything like that. Fair play to those who do. Salute to you. Best of luck. Go get your hologram statue. Probably not gonna be me, though. And by probably, I mean definitely. And with that, I'll call the video there for the day. Thank you all for tuning in. My pleasure bringing the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It'd really help the channel out and help support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. Oh yeah, by the way, it's really light on story. The story is pretty much, dude, we found this bunny rabbit. His name is Namingway. We kind of want him to have a job. We're gonna go terraform some places. Let's go do that. And then you just start. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Leave a comment down below with what crafter or gatherer are you focusing on first when it comes to cosmic exploration, and are you in my camp where you're doing a bit of mining? Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye everybody, until we meet again.